Welcome, everyone. My name is Katie Galloway, and I am an adult education specialist out of the Ann Arbor region, and I support Kalamazoo and Jackson as well. With us tonight, offering chat box support and additional information, well, just general knowledge, is Julia. Go ahead and introduce yourself, Julia.
Hi, everybody. I'm Julia DeGuys. I'm the education manager based out of Saginaw, covering Saginaw Lansing, but Katie and I really cover the entire council with adult ed needs, and we have an amazing team of volunteer trainers that help us with that.
Thanks, Julia. All right, so first things I'm going to do is, well, since there's a smaller group, feel free to unmute if you would like. But I just want to hear what brought you in tonight. What about adult awards are you interested in hearing? So,
in my work, I mostly work with adults as opposed to the girls. So I'm just kind of curious what there is. If I see something in somebody I can nominate, then I have that in my back pocket.
Thanks, Nathan.
Any of them.
I don't understand that. Any what?
I want to know about all the awards.
Okay, so you want to know about the specific awards?
Yeah.
Okay, great, thank you. I think was that Sally?
Yep, that was me.
Okay, thanks. All right, Rachel or Ruth, do you want to share what brought you out tonight?
Rachel shared in the chat box. There's not much broadcast about them, and not sure how to let people know about them or what awards there are. Hey, we're going to cover all that tonight.
Perfect. All right, great. Okay, so now I'm going to share where you can find them on our website. So we are going to talk about the specific ones. But first, I wanted to show you where this information kind of lives. So I'm going to go to gshom, and we are under volunteer and volunteer recognition. So a lot of you said, like, well, what are these awards? What kind of, oh, right here is Jan Whitcomb, and she's with us tonight. Cute. So for example, we have the program from this year about the awards. So I would definitely recommend checking that out. What did people do to earn which award? And then our nomination materials will be up. You can see that there is not a nomination, a current one right now, but that will be up shortly. We're updating it. You can see our due date, that does not change. That's annually January 15th. And then down here are some references. So these will be going away because our new packet's going to have all this reference, but they're there now. So if you want to explore further, you are welcome to check out these individual packets about each of the awards. All right, I'm going to talk real quick about the nomination packet. I'm going to go back to our thing. So to nominate somebody, well, people who are nominated are registered Girl Scouts, unless they're friends of Girl Scouting, which we'll kind of get into. They're active and they go above and beyond to give the girls and adults a great Girl Scout experience. So it's all aspects of Girl Scouting. It can be, you know, are they really advanced in outdoor? Are they advanced in the cookie program? Are they advanced in taking girls on trips or doing a day camp for girls? So if you see a volunteer who goes above and beyond, and you know, is that person who is, well, they don't have to necessarily be energetic, but they're kind of like, they have the attitude that they're going to get it done, and they get a lot of things done that really are a great benefit to girls and adults, then those are people who you want to consider. We have different levels of the awards, so you will be able to find anyone, for most anyone who's been around and done their position for like 2 years or more, there's probably something for them in there. Again, if they are like the above and beyond type person. So as I showed you on the website, it's due annually, January 15th. It's an email. There's a nomination form. There's a nomination letter and there's endorsement letters. So it varies on the level of the award of how many nomination letters there are. So there's always a nomination letter in addition to the endorsement letters. So sometimes people think the nomination letter is an endorsement letter, but they're actually opposite. So there's always a nomination letter and then how many endorsement. Staff.
Your presentation is not moving on my screen. Nathan, is it on yours? Yeah, your presentation is
I'm-
not moving. Okay,
I'm not supposed to be moving.
okay, sorry.
No, you're fine. I'm just free balling here.
Well, you know, I'm the tech wreck and I was afraid I'd already wrecked your presentation, so.
No, real quick, what's in here is all about the awards. So I'll get specific into those, but staff can nominate volunteers and companies, and we can also endorse. And then also the girls, and that's a great thing to go to the girls and ask them, you know, what adults have made great impact. Maybe if you're the troop leader and they say, wow, our cookie manager is always like doing so much at cookie booths and whatnot. Your troop cookie manager could be nominated for an award. Any questions about the nomination process before I get into the specific of each award? All right, now and I know I didn't give you enough time, but pop it in the chat and Julia will take care of you. So at our ceremony, we do, well, this isn't about your ceremony. So Years of Service Awards recognizes, just as it sounds, the years of service. So when a volunteer has been around for 5 years, there's a 5-year pin that they can then add. And then it goes in increments of 5. So from 5 to 20, that is done at a service unit level. And then once you get to the higher, when you've been in it 25 years, 30, 35, we've had people earn 60 years, I think. So it gets up there, which is awesome. We honor those at a council level. So they are invited to our ceremony. They are given their pin. So just to let you know that years of service as well. If you have any questions about years of service, whether you want to give it to someone or you want to know, please reach out to, you can always start with help desk, but as Julie and I introduced ourselves, we're both from adult education, so it's under our umbrella. So you're welcome to reach out to education@gshom.org and you'll go straight directly to us. And that's also where you submit your nominations. So I wanted to give you a tidbit about years of service. And then we're going to get started on the awards. So the community service pin is a pin that is awarded at the service unit level. So you would think about who is in the community, who's has a great Girl Scouts presence, who's building the Girl Scout presence. And it might be, and you can see on the screen, at least 2 years. So you would want to then write a nomination letter or have somebody write a nomination letter. And there's 2 endorsement levels. So this is kind of like I don't want to downplay any awards. All of them are awesome and great, and we need more people nominated for all of them. But I just want to let you know that this one, the people will be honored at their service unit level. So they are included in the program, but they're not necessarily invited to the council-wide ceremony because they're honored at the service unit level. So, and this award also, kind of like the difference is we have an adult awards committee and they do not review this award. So, so this is reviewed by staff because it's a Girl Scouts Heart of Michigan award. So this is a great one to ask also about the girls. Who do you see out representing Girl Scouts in the community? Okay, so that's kind of our first Girl Scouts Heart of Michigan one. Our next one is the Volunteer of Excellence pin. Oh, I didn't have any bullet points for this, basically this is your go-to award. So this can be any, it's usually 2 years or more, and it's anybody doing an excellent job at their award. And this is kind of like where you start your awesome Girl Scout career, is at Volunteer of Excellence, and then you build on this with the other awards. So if somebody is an active troop leader and they're doing their troop leader things awesome, the girls are getting the well-rounded Girl Scout experience, the girls are having fun, the adults are having fun, Volunteer of Excellence is what you want to nominate them for. This one is also at the service unit level, and it is reviewed by staff members. And so again, this is kind of your a beginner award, which again, I do not want to diminish. I want everybody to get Volunteer of Excellence. All right. Friends of Girl Scouting. Nathan's in our fun development team, so this is where he comes in. So anybody, any organization, or it could even be a person who is supporting the service unit, the region, or the council can be nominated. It's the same thing. You would do a nomination letter, the nomination form, the nomination letter, and endorsement letters. If it is a service unit level, it's 2 endorsement letters. I think region is 2 as well, and council might be 3. You can see the examples, and Elks Lodge is helping, donates the use of their fellowship hall, and it's kind of confined to that service unit. That would be a service unit level, and that would be honored at a service unit level. Then once you get kind of where they're supporting the whole region, then that's a regional level. You can see a community center provides space. And then the third one, a community college for the whole council. So this year we had the Joe D. Pentecost, I think I said that right, Foundation. They have given a lot of money to Girl Scouts Heart of Michigan, specifically in the Lansing region. So they got our regional award. Regional and council Friend of Girl Scouting are also reviewed by the Girl Scout, the award committee, and then they are invited to the council-wide ceremony. We also had Garuba Orthodontics. I think I said that correctly. They are, they do like programming with a bunch of troops, not just one service unit in Lansing. So they got the regional award as well. So I'm sure there are troops in your service units, or maybe your own troop, and you've had maybe somebody's let you do a cookie booth at their pizza place, or you know, a lot of time it does look at they're giving you space, but if for some reason they're giving you donations or something, then you would want to think about nominating them for Friends of Girl Scouting. I'm going to pause there. Julia, do you want to add anything on this specific award?
So I'll unmute and say it again. No, Katie, I think you've done a fine job. Thank you.
Okay. And there's going to be some tweaks to that, so I didn't know if she wanted
Not
to.
yet.
But
Yep, not ready
Okay.
to throw it out there yet.
perfect. All right, I'm moving on. So, oh, well, before, this can also be a person. So there's sometimes like your person in the school district who helps get you space and whatnot. So we've had them nominate an individual. Sometimes it's the partner of a Girl Scout who hasn't registered as a Girl Scout, but that partner is always at every meeting, at every event. They help, you know, you guys know what I'm talking about. Those support people who help us do Girl Scouts. So those individuals can be nominated as well. If you're like, this person does so much great stuff, what can I nominate them for? Friends of Girl Scouting. All right. Next one is Girl Scouts Heart of Michigan pin as well. It's called the Green Heart pin. This one requires at least 5 years of service, and this is reviewed by the awards committee, and they are invited to the ceremony. So the other two, community service and volunteer of excellence, those are the only 2 service unit. This Green Heart pin is a little different in this. It's not necessarily part of the progression. It's kind of when you've got somebody who literally has a green heart, like they are so into Girl Scouts and they've kind of done everything. This is your, so if you have a very seasoned volunteer, the green heart pin is a great option for them. I'm going to leave it at that. So you've had volunteer of excellence, and that's again at the service unit level. And you know, this person's been a great troop leader. And now you start seeing this person, maybe they become the service unit treasurer, and maybe they plan events for the service unit. Now they're expanding outside of their troop meeting. And that's when you can start thinking about them for the appreciation pin. This would be a nomination letter and 2 endorsement letters. And the appreciation pin is kind of that next step up. Then I'm going to use the same example. So they got volunteer of excellence, they got appreciation pin, and now this is when they're kind of get out of their service unit, and now they're looking at maybe the region. They're helping multiple service units. Then we're going to move up to honor pin. This one requires 1 nomination letter and 3 endorsement letters. So if you need more endorsement letters, you kind of get the hint, whoa, this is a bigger deal kind of award. So the honor pin can be, maybe you're doing a day camp and you have several service unit come. Maybe you have, you plan a journey in a day or journey in a weekend, and you're inviting multiple different service units. Could be supporting cookie wise, you know, could be part of the camp, something with like a bunch of people at camp. So the honor pin is kind of that next level. So that's the big difference between appreciation and honor pin. Appreciation can be in 1 service unit, and honor pin bumps up to multiple service units. You have to have at least 2. All right, and then again, they got their honor pin, and now they are expanding even more, and they are helping Girl Scouts Heart of Michigan. So they're in Ann Arbor, and they've been helping Ann Arbor, and then they're helping, you know, the region, and now they're helping Lansing, Saginaw, Jackson, Kalamazoo, the whole council. So Thanks Badge is a big deal. These are everybody's, you know, all these awards are great. Thanks Badge is like the big guy. So, well, I don't want to use that language, like big dog. I don't want to make it guy or girl, the big girl. So the Thanks Badge has to help support the whole council. And I love this line, service is so significant that no other award is appropriate. So you can't think of any other award but the Thanks Badge for that. So we're talking people who maybe they are a trainer, maybe they're helping at a, I'm trying to think of what other people I've seen at Thanks Badge. They support all the regions. So it's something where they help develop, like maybe they help develop a new routine, or they do all the trainings. They're the area product person, but they do all the trainings for all the regions. That's somebody that can be considered for Thanks Badge. All right, so we've got our super duper Thanks Badge people. But there's a Thanks Badge too. So not only is the Thanks Badge amazing, then they go on and they're like, I'm not done yet. I've got more to give to the council or the Girl Scout movement. And boom, Thanks Badge too. So they have to have earned the Thanks Badge before they can be considered for the Thanks Badge too. So that's important to know. Also, you can't just say, oh, I earned she earned the Thanks Badge and she's still doing all of the great stuff. I think next year I'll do the Thanks Badge too. When you're doing the awards, you have to consider their body of work, and there needs to be enough time between the awards to build up that body of work. So you wouldn't just be Thanks Badge 1 year, Thanks Badge 2 the next year. It would take 2 or 3 years possibly 4 or 5, to build up what it means to earn these awards. Same thing between like appreciation pin. If you put in the next year for the honor pin, the adult awards committee will be like, there's not enough work in that 1 year span to have them earn that honor pin the next year. So that's something to consider too. So put it on your calendar for the next year. All right. There's also a President's Award. So that is for a service unit or a committee that that supports the council and the movement as a whole. So same thing, a nomination letter and endorsement letters. And I'm giving you the highlights, but I want you to know that there's more criteria and there's examples in the information on the website. And then there's a Julia Gordon Low World Friendship Medal. This is awarded at the GSUSA level. So this is really out of Girl Scouts Heart of Michigan's hands. We do have to support the nomination, but there are separate nomination of materials for this award. And excuse me, so you will have to request that. And then I've mentioned the Adult Awards Committee. They're a tiny but mighty committee. So you can see them on the screen. I wanted to give them a shout out and thank them. They do a really great job of deciphering what award makes sense for what person. But it's really all about your nomination and endorsement letters. So one of the things is you can't have an endorsement letter and say, this one's from Katie, then have the same endorsement letter and say, but this one's from Julia. You really need to speak to what the volunteer has done, because these women review this. And if you just say they're great, they don't know, is that great at a volunteer of excellence level? You know, is that great in your troop level? Or is that they're great as, and they impact the whole council? So you really want to be specific about the timing. How long have they done it? What have they accomplished? How has it impacted the service unit or troop? And you can always mention, if you're nominating them for the honor pin, which has to be 2 service units, still mention the great work they do at a troop level, if they do things at a troop level. Mention the great stuff at the troop level and mention how they are affecting those different service units. That is all I had. I am very open to questions, Julia.
I'm answering one from Nathan right now. And Katie, you can help me with this if you'd like. His question was, this is for the Julia Gordon Low World Friendship Award. So would they have to have had to do work outside the council to qualify for that? And I was beginning to answer that, yes, they would be representing Girl Scouts at a higher level than locally. For example, as a delegate to a national convention or at other capacities through GSUSA, but it's more of a, yeah, there you go, let's look it up. Thank you. Better than I can do it. I tried to do that, I bounced it out, so.
Yeah, this.
Julia, I'd like to interject if
Yep.
I could.
Sure.
I, in a previous situation, I was actually a part of creating the packet for the Julia Gordon Low World Friendship Medal.
Yay.
The packet itself, once you have the documentation, is about 1 inch thick. And they actually send folks from GSUSA to present the pin. So it's a tremendous honor that's someone who's been involved for a significant amount of time, affecting a significant amount of people, and it has to have something to do with world understanding. And so I wish we could nominate someone, but it really has to be someone who's done things internationally for the most part. The person that was nominated and actually was awarded this Julia Gordon Low World Friendship Medal was instrumental in starting and keeping the International River Crossing going for 50 years.
Wow.
It's an awesome award, and so it's pretty impressive. That's my
Thanks.
so.
Thank you, Connie.
I'm
Pretty
so
sure-
glad you were here.
Pretty sure. I don't even know if anyone else has had that experience in our council. So
Yeah.
Very
It
good.
says like develop responsible global citizens. And that's, I could only think of maybe traveling globally, but you'd have to do a lot more than just taking a trip.
Oh, yes.
Any other questions? You guys can unmute and ask if you want, or Julia.
Katie,
Yes.
this is Ruth.
Hi.
Hey, I'm doing like, this is my 20 years of service this year. Since I know I can talk to you, you got time, so I thought I'd text now. Do we just call the help desk to get that pin, or is there any paperwork that needs to be done for those?
So the process that we're going to set up, you're talking about the 20-year service pin, correct?
Yes.
So the process that we're going to be setting up, now that our shops are open again, we will be taking a number of each of the 5, 10, 15, and 20-year pins to each of the regional centers. And you will just go into the regional center and ask for it, tell them who you are, and they will track who's picked one up. And that it's that's what all there is to it. It's on my honor, and you will get your pin that way.
All right, just double checking. Thank you.
Okay.
Something that I didn't mention that I would like to mention is that so the nominations are due January 15th, and it's based on the work from the year before. So nothing from that October 1st through January 15th should be mentioned in that nomination. So we're going into the year 2022, and you need to write about, you can write about summer 2021 and further behind that. Also for the year pins, that is years of, no, that's how many years you've been registered as an adult, correct, Julia?
Yes.
Yes. So we're doing how many years as an adult. If you want to add your girl years on there, like I was a girl for 10 years, a Girl Scout for 10 years, there are little numerals that you can put that attach to your pins. So
It's called a numeral
those you
guard.
purchase on your own. What was that, Julia?
It's called a numeral guard.
Numeral guard.
Little chain, yeah. So you can ask for it because we do sell those in the shop as well.
Yes. Okay. Oops. Anything else? I appreciate everybody's questions and your time tonight. Again, if you do need to connect about this or have questions, please reach out to education@gshom.org. That way you can reach both Julia and me. But I think we're all set. So have a great rest of your night, everybody.
Thanks, Katie.
Thanks, you too.
Bye.
Katie, Katie and Julia, this is Jan. Do you have a
Mhm.
moment?
Sure do.
Sure.
Excuse me.
We're just,
Just popped into my head while you were talking. Great presentation, Katie and Julia. Could we contact Brenna and ask her if her girl marketing squad could do a video or TikTok about girls nominating their leaders?
So in the information that I was reading, we had it that girls could endorse, but I don't know if they can nominate. Is that what you, I mean, that's just getting technical, but do you mean?
Well,
were you-
even if they nominate, we could find an adult that could back up their nomination.
Right, exactly.
But trying to get the word out there to the girls, especially the
Yeah.
older girls, you know, cadet on up, and get them more involved with doing things for their leaders, because we may have leaders out there that have been doing fantastic jobs,
We
but
know we
nobody's
have
not.
leaders.
Yeah, yeah.
I
So-
agree. And I think that we should actually say volunteer of excellence. I think we should narrow it down and make it easy for them and say, you should nominate your leader for a volunteer of excellence.
Okay.
Because especially girls, like I can't see them going through the packet trying to decide. And I think most of the times people, would earn the volunteer of excellence.